Gentlelady from Pennsylvania, Ms. Dean, is recognized for her remarks on the bill.
The chairman and the ranking members, and it's good to be with all of you today. However, I do rise in opposition to this appropriations bill, and I'm disappointed to have to do that. I too thought this would be an opportunity to address the high cost of living across this country, which so many people are suffering under, and which so many of our constituents call to our attention every single day. We've heard from many of my Democratic colleagues about the breadth of these cuts to housing programs. So I thought I'd take a moment just to tell you a little bit about how some of these vital funds that are under attack by this administration and sadly by our own colleagues here are used in my community. Let's talk about homelessness. My community, it's suburban Philadelphia, Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, and Berks County, Pennsylvania, like many communities across this country, has seen a devastating spike in homelessness. Homelessness among seniors in particular, over the last few years, due to the rise in rents and enduring economic impacts of the pandemic, the rising cost of living, the unaffordability of housing. Last year, the number of people suffering homelessness in my area increased by 14%. Yet we have a fantastic initiative. It's called Your Way Home, which brings together relevant stakeholders to address and prevent homelessness in Montgomery County. And the results have been extraordinary. In 2024, Your Way Home leveraged $777,000 in federal funds to serve nearly 5,000 people, including 142 veterans. Of those served by Your Way Home in the last couple of years, 83% have retained housing and have not returned to homelessness. 41% have completed programs with increased income. This year, the program was awarded $5 million, money that is clearly needed to address the continuing rise in homelessness in my area, yet the Trump administration froze that funding. Thankfully, due to legal action and lawsuits, the funds were unfrozen, but we are not out of the woods, and we fear more freezing of funds. And while this bill may preserve programs that serve those who are already homeless, it is devastating for programs that are meant to prevent homelessness from happening in the first place. As part of Your Way Home, there is an Eviction Prevention and Intervention Coalition, EPIC, a program designed to stabilize vulnerable families and people in Montgomery County who are facing eviction by providing them with free legal and social services on the day of their eviction hearing. In the second half of 2024, EPIC served 365 people, preventing 149 evictions and distributing $540,000 in rental assistance. And we know that it is far more cost-effective to prevent homelessness from happening in the first place. Yet this bill is not sufficient to keep those vital programs in place. This bill cuts Section 8 voucher programs, also known as emergency housing vouchers. This is $3 billion below what is needed to prevent the eviction of nearly 140,000 very low and extremely low income households nationwide. After taking into account funding shortfalls in the fiscal year of 2025, the rising cost of housing and inflation. In Pennsylvania, there are currently about 1,500 households that rely on this program. It would be catastrophic for them to lose these vouchers. The Center on Budget Priorities estimates that it would result in 14% increase in homelessness for the state. Further, this bill would strike all investments for legal assistance and eviction prevention. There's so much more to talk about in this bill, and I will take the time at another time. But in the meantime, I ask all of us, couldn't we rethink this? Don't we know that our voters, our constituents are concerned about homelessness and the high cost of housing? And Mr. Chairman, I yield back.